Welcome to NegoSHEnte. I'm your host, Rhoda Castro-Caliwara, inviting you to join me as we feature all things negosyo. Meet successful entrepreneurs and listen to their stories. Nakilala kita sa MSME Fiesta Sulong Negosyo.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That was in Resorts World.
Yes.
Of course, organized by the International Council for Business.
Small Businesses. Yes.
Or ICSB Philippines. Shout out sa ating mga kaibigan sa ICSB Philippines. At nagkita tayo ulit sa isang interview
Yes, opo.
kung saan ako ay humanga sa iyong galing, sa iyong kakayahan,
Salamat
at sa iyong determinasyon.
Salamat.
Welcome to NegoSHEnte, Miss Marj Rubio.
Thank you, Ma'am Rhoda, for having me here. It's an honor po.
Marj, tell us more about BEXCS.
Ayan. Well, BEXCS is a company po that we established in 2019 by me and my husband. It was a garage business actually, but the Lord has been faithful and it grew to a big company right now. From a group of 4, we are now 45 in our team and we have less than 10 branches and we are ramping up very fast kasi we are opening our franchise line.
In a nutshell, ano yung mga services that you offer?
So, the good thing about BEXCS is that we are not an ordinary courier. So, the reason why is because number 1, we tailor fit the needs of the clients, which is why we have express delivery, we have parcel delivery, which is the nationwide door-to-door, and then we also have cargo, we have international shipping, and then we also have payment and remittances.
So basically, it's a logistic company,
Yes.
pero holistic
Yes,
approach.
holistic approach, correct.
So, kumbaga, hindi lang siya warehousing, hindi lang siya freight forwarding, but at the same time, you offer the whole
Yes, the whole 9 yards.
9 yards na tawag nyo nga doon. It's a
Yes.
business solution talaga.
Yes, correct. So right now, we are expanding our services. From BEXCS Logistics, we have catered as well to other services, such as we have the market research. We also have the branding and digital marketing. And then we also have the legal and licenses. So it's part of our offer for BEXCS worldwide. So for example, if you are an entrepreneur, let's say a new one, and you want to capitalize on e-commerce, so we enable you on how to do it properly. That way, you can be sustainable.
At hindi, kulang ang isang episode ng NegoSHEnte para matutunan namin lahat at malaman namin lahat yung mga services that you offer.
Opo.
You had a very, very promising career as a market analyst, right?
Yes, tama.
Sa company that is based in Japan. What prompted you and inspired you na magnegosyo?
So, number 1, Ma'am Rhoda, bilang nanay, bilang nanay po talaga, that's the only reason. Every time we get asked, bakit nyo ginawa? So, honestly, it's not about the title, it's not about money. It was a need for us parents because we wanted to leave a legacy for our son. So, my son, who is 8 years old, Boaz, he has special needs. And there was one point in time na, sabi ng husband ko, parang hindi natin kaya. I mean, we have a good employment right now, but parang hindi natin kaya na walang iiwan sa kanya. Knowing that he's so fragile, na, when he grows up, alam namin it's gonna be a hard time for him looking for a company who would accept him as he is. So, nauna yung fear, but because we are parents and we know that we can do something, so nag-isip kami, he thought of a way na how can we sustain him and how can we leave him a legacy.
After 8 years.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
Tsaka lang lumabas at dumating si Boaz sa buhay niyo.
Yes, Boaz is very special to us. Not just because he has special needs, but talagang special siya because he was a miracle kid. So, in 2010, nagkaroon po ako ng miscarriage. It's an ectopic pregnancy. So, the doctor had removed one of my fallopian tubes. So, the doctor told me, sabi niya, it's impossible na for you to give birth. Unless you go to other countries, maglagay kami ng test tube baby, parang ganyan.
Which you didn't?
No. Sabi niya ganito po, I can clearly remember that day because I was crying. And this is what I've been doing. Talagang I kneel down, I pray with both hands na nakadapa talaga. And I told the Lord, Lord, you have to bless me with a kid because that would complete me. For me, parang sa heart ko, I want to have a son. I want to have a child. And then, sabi nung doctor sa akin, Ma'am, hindi talaga kaya. Kasi number 1, you have PCOS. Number 2, hindi talaga nagmamature yung egg cells mo. And then, wala ka ng fallopian. So, parang, kung mabuntis ka, it could be another ectopic pregnancy. And then, sabi nung, but we have an option, sabi niya. I'll give you medications. But this is worth sobrang mahal. And wala rin chance talaga. The chance is very slim. So we went out of the doctor's office. My husband held my hand. Sabi niya, if the Lord will bless us a kid, wala dapat gamot. Wala dapat intervention ng hospital or what. Because pag nabuntis ka, if you give birth to a child tapos galing sa hospital, they will say, ay, dahil sa science yan. But if we have a kid purely out of faith, then that's from the Lord. So, true enough, 2012, one of our pastors told us, sabi niya, the Lord has answered your prayers. Go and buy some clothings for your. But he didn't know us. He didn't know us. So, parang sabi niya, for some reason, he told us the vision yan. But we act in faith. So, bumili kami ng damit. And then, I even told, so his name po, para exclusive sa show mo, ma'am. So, his name, we got it from the Bible, Boaz Jaquin. May pangalan na po siya a year before I gave birth to him. Hindi pa ako buntis. And my husband told him, we're gonna name our child Boaz Jaquin. And then, we keep on telling people. Sabi nila, okay ka lang, paano pag babae yan? Ano sasabihin mo kung babae yung ano? So, sabi ng husband ko, hindi, yan talaga yung pangalan ng anak namin. True enough, he was a boy.
He's such a blessing. Boaz is such a blessing.
He is.
And you kept that faith talaga.
Yes, opo.
God honored your faith.
Yes, I believe so.
That's right. Isa lang siguro yan sa mga pinagdaanan mo.
Yes.
Right, Marj? Kwentuhan mo naman kami. Ano yung mga nangyayari sa buhay mo na bakit ka ganyan ka-strong? Bakit ka ganyan ka-determined?
Okay. So, well, number 1 po, no? Sabi ko lagi, mahirap maging mahirap. Kasi, my life is really, when I asked the Lord, bakit Lord, parang hindi normal yung buhay ko? Because I had friends na pareho ng edad ko. But when I asked them, nararanasan yun? No. 20 years old, I was sent to China to work in Beijing. I was sent there to teach Koreans. And it was not a good experience because I experienced human trafficking. So, at first, parang akala ko legit na company, ganyan. Kasi nga, syempre, pangarap mo makapunta ng ibang bansa. And I was 20 years old. So, I left the country because my dad left us when we were young. And I had to stand up for my mom and my siblings. And the only way for me to do that, sabi ko, pangarap ko, sige, punta ko ibang bansa. Kasi gano'n naman ginagawa ng marami sa atin. When you go there, makakaipon ka. So, true enough, I was given the chance to go there. Ma'am Roda, yung dala ko na pera po, 500 pesos. Ganun katapang ang loob ko. I went there, I don't know kung sino yung susundo sa akin. But I had to, kailangan ko lakasan yung loob ko eh. Kasi ang iniisip ko, if I don't do this, no one's gonna do it for my family. Wala na yung daddy ko eh. So I have to be the father. So when I came there, wala ding may placards. Parang, sabi ko, okay.
Bahala na, parang ganun.
Yeah. I was thinking, if I get stuck in the airport, I call embassy. Parang ganun na ako nakaprogram na sa akin. I have to be resourceful. Otherwise, may iwan ako doon na ano. So, na-pick up naman ako nung employer. And then, I was transferred from Shenzhen to Beijing. So, I didn't know there were like 2 companies na pala. Na, yun yung sabi kong human trafficking because I was sold from one employer to another. So, they promised me that it's gonna be a good deal. So, I was paid like 16,000 pesos. And then, I remember a time na, so, whenever they give me money for the taxi, hindi ako nagta-taxi. Hindi natago ko yun para may papadala ko sa family ko. So, I had to learn how to navigate in Beijing without using taxi. Nagtetren ako, I used to walk, I don't even speak Chinese, pero talagang napilitan ako. I used to ask my students, sulat nyo nga kung ano to. And then I will show it to the bus driver, ganyan. Tapos, pinatatanan ko lahat ng stops, ganyan. So, I was able to keep savings and then I send it. So, when my mom talks to me, oh yes, ma'am, okay lang dito, masaya dito, ganyan. Kasi I don't want her to worry. But in reality, after nun, pagkausap ko na yung husband ko, which hindi ko pa siya husband nun, boyfriend ko pa lang, iyak na talaga ako. Kasi, ang hirap po maging OFW. Like, walang mag-aalaga sa'yo. I was hospitalized for 3 days. Then came the realization that I can't do it. Hindi ko kaya.
So, for how long yon, Marj?
I was there for almost 2 years. I was hospitalized for 5 days. Ang tumatao lang sa akin, Chinese na nurse who couldn't even understand me.
2 years straight?
Yes.
So, hindi ka umuwi?
Hindi po ako umuwi.
Wow.
So, parang sabi ko, hindi ko kaya.
20 years old,
20 years old po ako noon. Then, I thought of asking my employer. Sabi ko, pwede ba uwi na ako? And then she said no. Because bulk of our students, nasa iyo. Kasi gusto po kami nung mga students. So, parang of course, their business will be at risk if I go home kasi madaming students na hawak ko. And I said, kahit sandali lang. Sabi niya, we can't do that. You have to finish your contract, which is 3 years. Eh, sabi ko, I can't stay for a year pa. And so, when they found out na parang nararamdaman nilang I will leave, they took my passport. So, that's where the hurdle came. Parang challenge na ako na, hala, kinuha na nila yung passport ko. So, nagpanic na po ako. As in, I really panicked. There was a time that I was just sitting on my bed and I was looking at the window outside and I was saying, ano Marj, makakauwi ka pa ba? Kasi they can do whatever they want with me because, ano siya eh, walang ibang Pilipino doon.
Tapang.
Wala pong iba. So, my Bible is with me. I was embracing it. I still had my Bible na punong-puno ng luha. Doon ko talaga na-realize that in the darkest hours, it's really just you and the Lord. So, it was my faith and yung relationship namin ni Lord, doon talaga siya tumibay. So, one day, I chatted in a Filipino group. That's where I came to find na may nag-iisa na tao who helped me out. And she said, you have to go to the embassy. You have to reach out to the ambassador of the Philippines. And then I asked for the number, so I called the office. And then, the ambassador of the Philippines was so good. He directed me. But here's the challenge. Sabi niya, Marj, I cannot just go there and pick you up because number 1, parang may jurisdiction and hindi ka legitimate na pumasok sa country. So there's a problem. You have to bring them here with your passport and then I can intervene. So parang sabi ko, Lord, how do I do that? How can I bring these people to the embassy? So after nun, I prayed hard and then I realized, sabi ko, I think I have to contact my family and tell the employers that I need to sign some papers. So it's like a story that I did. So I told my employer, I have to go there, I have to sign some documents and then you have to bring my passport too. So, sabi nung employer ko, okay, schedule it. Sabi ko, okay, good. Eto na po ang problema. Paano ko ilalabas yung bagahe ko? Because the building was like we were on the 25th floor, if I can remember. Lahat ng tao doon kilala nila. Pag nalaman nila that I'm doing something, that they don't know, lagot lalo ako.
That's right.
So, when you ask God to save you, He will really save you. On that day that I need to get off my luggage, I was riding a taxi and I was like, tulala. Then the driver was like, "Hey, are you from the Philippines?" I say, "Yes." Sabi niya, "Oh, are you enjoying Beijing?" "Yes." "Do you speak English?" Yes, I know a bit. And so what I did po is, I told him my story. He understood me. He said, "Okay, I will help you." So he went to the garage or the parking. Yung sa movie po, literal na tinakas niya ako. I had to bring my luggage, parang kumakabog yung dibdib ko on the ground. Hanggang sa makaalis kami, he went to my student's house. Doon namin nilagay yung gamit. And then the next day, yun na yung the great act. So we went to the ambassador of the Philippines. He was there waiting for me. And nung nakita ko po siya, sabi ko, home na ako. Kasi it was like few steps. And then, he called me in his office. Sabi niya, hand me your passport, you have to sign inside. So they hand me over the passport. The ambassador of the Philippines drove me out of the embassy. And we went straight to the airport.
Wow. What an amazing story. Grabing lakas ng loob, grabing determinasyon talaga.
Super po.
God is really good and
Amen.
God is faithful.
Amen.
At napatunayan yan
Yes.
sa buhay mo at sa kwento mo, Marj.
Yes. Opo.
Okay, going back dito
Yeah.
sa BEXCS, your business is our business. Paano ka nag-start? Meaning, I know kasi you started in 2019,
Yes,
right?
I started in 2019.
And you started small.
Yes.
How small? Yun, Marj.
Very small, like literal small, that we did the business inside our house. So, ang bahay po namin nun is like maliit lang talaga siya. We even have pictures pa nung kasi we wanted to document Sabi ko sa husband ko, picture tayo kasi for sure palalakihin ni Lord yan. That was like our vision. So, we started it was me, my husband, and Boaz. Kami yung nagde-deliver. We had a picture that I have a grab bag and all the parcels were there. All the hardships of an entrepreneur. Meaning, kami yung nag-source ng supplies namin. We had a lot of rejections. We come in, we ask them, can we buy some pouches from you? And then ayaw nila. Kasi sabi nila, no, we can't sell you tingi. We have to sell like bulk. And sino ka ba? So they were telling us, sino ba kayo? So sabi namin, we want to start small. Kahit po yung mga retaso lang.
Magkano ang kapital?
Our capital was 70,000.
So for 70,000, pwede nang lumaki as big as BEXCS ngayon. Right? So, pwede ka talagang mag-umpisa sa napaka-maliit lang na halaga at mapalaki mo siya. How many branches do you have right now?
We have less than 10 branches and we're targeting to open 360 towards the year end.
Can we say that again? Okay? Ilan, Marj, ang plano, ang target?
360 branches.
Nationwide.
Yes, excluding global. Because we are also open to franchise globally.
Wow. Nothing is really impossible, right?
Yes.
If you remain faithful talaga kay God at yung faith mo talaga is nandyan, yun.
Even it's as small as a mustard seed.
That's what the Bible says.
Small seed, but it can grow a lot, really. So, I believe that the business is not because of me. It's not even because of Boaz. It's not even because of my husband. But I believe that the Lord really tailored fit the business. Because I had one prayer, Ma'am Rod, and I cannot forget it. So I said, Lord, give me one shot. Give me one shot in life. And I promise, I will not let you down. So, sa lahat ng hirap namin, sa lahat ng hirap ko, sabi ko, bigyan mo lang ako ng isang shot. And I promise you, I will give every single glory back to you. Kaya everything that we do right now is really out of ministry na. It's more of a purpose. I am very contented. I'm very contented na, when you are vindicated. I'm so contented that after all the rejections, after all the disappointments, when the Lord proved that, you follow me, you give your life to me, I'll give you everything. So ako po kontento ako, and BEXCS is a way for me to honor God for what He has done in my life. I am truly happy that the Lord is with us, because I told Him, Lord, if you will not walk with me through this business, then I will not do it. But if you say you will be with me and you will continue with me, then I will do it.
So kasama mo siya sa lahat ng ginagawa.
Yes.
God is a promise-keeping God.
Yes, He is.
And He would reward everything na ginagawa mo, lalong-lalo na yung hard work mo.
Yes.
Okay, ayoko nang dagdagan, Marj, yung emosyon. Okay, pero syempre, gusto kong malaman din. At for sure, gustong malaman din mga NegoSHEntes.
Yes, yes.
Right? Kung ano pa yung mga pinagdaanan mong mga challenges. Meaning, you started in 2019.
Yes.
You started small. And then, bigla na lang, nagka-pandemic in 2020. Syempre, affected lahat.
Yes, yes. Actually, in 2020, before the pandemic hit the country, magsasara na po kami. Kasi I was like, I was giving the business 6 months. Okay. Because I did the feasibility. And I said, within 6 months, if we don't see any progress, we don't want to lose money. Kasi kumita naman na kami kahit papano. Yun, we are not backed up by a company, we're not backed up by anyone. But we have a good concept. But I said, I told my husband, pag 6 months, wala tayong nakita na niche, we have to stop the business. And then pandemic hit the country, right? So everyone was in lockdown. So sabi ko, babe, di na natin lalo pwede ituloy ito. Because our fear was we get the virus, paano si Boaz? But this is what my husband told me. If we don't go out and make money, lalong kawawa si Boaz. Because Boaz, aside from having special needs, is also epileptic. O sabi niya, hindi, lakasan natin loob natin. We've got God on our side. So let's push forward. So the challenges that we had was, number 1, lack of capital. Number 2, manpower. We don't have an office, a physical office, because you have to consider that. That's why we need an office to make sure that people will believe you, na meron ka talagang vision that you will grow. Ganon nga po, if you are resourceful, aside that you have faith, but you also have to be resourceful. Our office, we got our office for 5,000 pesos only. Why? Because we looked for businesses na nagsasara na. Yung pinapasalo nila yung office nila. And then, I hired my siblings. Sabi ko sa mga kapatid ko po, di ba mga mami din kayo? So sabi ko, pwede ba that you share the same vision that I have? Because of course, I want to bless my family first. Sabi ko, tulungan nyo ako na iraos tong dream na to. Like, tuturuan ko kayo, I will train you on how to do the business with me. Pero, investment nyo yung time nyo. Kasi hindi ko kayo kayang pasahurin. But, I tell you this, you will become shareholders of the company. So, I ask for your time, you invest your time, I give you a return of money after a few months, after a few years.
So, sila ngayon mga stockholders din. They have shares naman sa BEXCS.
Yes, yes.
Marj, thank you very much for sharing your story with us. A story of faith, hard work, and perseverance.
Yes.
So, maraming salamat.
Thank you po.
God would surely bless you. BEXCS would grow exponentially because you honor God in all things that you do.
Yes. Thank you, Mom. Thank you po.